good. So, this is not what I usually do on this stream, but I have decided, after playing this game off stream a bit to test it, to speedrun BasketBelle. Currently, there are 2 people on the speedrun.com leaderboard. One has a 1924 and the other has a 1946. In a test speedrun I did off stream, I got a 1949, so I think I can at least squeeze into second place with some practice. And this is going to be my submission for Don't Make Us Bored. This game is a variety game, part basketball, part platformer, part puzzle game, short narrative game about some kids in Paris. So let's get started. One great thing about this is, even though it's a speedrun, we'll be able to see all the cutscenes, because cutscenes are unskippable and advance automatically. Timer starts when I click this icon. And 3, 2, 1, go. So this game was part of the, I believe the Palestinian bundle, not the racial justice bundle. And for the first speed tech, we're going to try to get through the tutorial as fast as possible. We're going to do that by getting to the places the game wants us to be before it asks us to. So hold right, hold left, hold up, and then start getting ready to do the slide at the earliest possible time. Like that. And then tap X for the shot. In order to take a shot, you need to press and hold X. The kid is an incredible shot and can make it from just about anywhere. You do have to pause just a little bit as you jump in order to get a proper shot, or you'll miss. In order to get past this blob monster, you have to do a fake out by holding up. It'll jump, and then you slide under him. And once you're under him, you can jump and take your shot. I think this will be a good opportunity to read the dialogue in the Don't Make Us Bored stream proper. And I can use gameplay time to talk about the gameplay. So in order to clear this section, we need to get up to 11 points. For this next shot, I think blob... Nah, at some point, I think once I hit 9 points, the blob will have the ball. And you need to get it from him. For this next section, we're going to be introduced to the mild platforming aspect of the game. After a short cutscene here, we're going to be instructed to go to the right, where there are some things to get over and under. One big issue with moving quickly in this game is when you are jumping, there's no input buffering. So you need to hit the jump button again right after you land and make sure not to do it before. Also, sliding is really slow, so in sections where the game wants you to slide, you want to do it as little as possible. Immediately go back to the left, and we see that the sister's missing. So, basically, minimize sliding. Jumping is a bit tricky to do at speed, and as soon as you land, due to a lack of input buffering. So those are the challenges you face in the platforming sections. That said, only about half this game even involves the platforming. So the blob is going to shoot the ball here, and with just the right timing, you can snatch it out of the air and take a shot. And then you need to just do the fake out, slide, and shot one more time to finish this section. And now for this next cutscene will lead us into the puzzle section of this puzzle platformer basketball game, Point. make sure to protect the ball. Also, don't mind the snow effect, or like, you know, the TV snow effect. That's just present throughout the game. There's nothing you can do about it. So we're introduced to these green buttons which activate things, and also the green gas balls that act as your basketball here. We need to do 11 rooms to give this worm enough indigestion to spit us out. For this next room, you need to ignore the ball at first, go up here, hit this button, and then go back and grab a ball, and as soon as you do, just jump and shoot, and you should make it. Now, ideally, you land on the button in front of you as you do so, but I did not manage that, and you want to make sure not to hit the button again so that you can run under the block. This section you need to drop down, oh, I messed that up a little bit, and hit the button, and then go up these platforms. They crumble if you stand on them for too long, but oh, that's bad. That's a big screw up. If you're close enough to the basket, you'll get a slam dunk. Here next, you want to hold to the right to skip one of the platforms, and then hang left as that one breaks, and you'll skip to that one down there too. For this next section, you just need to grab the ball and run to the right, and shoot it as soon as you hit the button. The best way to do that is, like, as soon as you hit the button, you start to jump. That way you don't have to wait as long on the thing raising back up. This is definitely the part of the run where you can lose the most time, since a lot of this game is actually auto-scrollers, or like semi-auto-scrollers, where it's hard to tell how much being slowed down actually loses you time, because you're waiting on something to appear. This next section, we have to push this button, and you don't have to push it quite all the way. The more you push it, the longer you have to wait once you get on it, but if you don't push it long enough, you might have to try it again. That second one, that button is a fake out, and you don't want to push it, and then you need to sort of bunny hop on that breakable platform there to grab the ball. Ideally, the cycles line up so that you grab the ball as you're going, but I haven't worked out well enough how to get those cycles. For here, you need to do 2 slides, and I screwed it up. And, dang. Then slide and grab the ball, and now you just walk over these and ride these platforms up. You'll be able to walk across these platforms once you get close to them. You don't have to wait until you're perfectly level, but you do have to wait until you're pretty close, or else you'll just fall through. That's no good. While waiting for the door to open, obviously you can't do any inputs. Here you need to stand on the button, which will bring a platform over. You need to duck to get under here, and then quickly jump and slide, and then start bunny hopping on this platform so that it doesn't break. And then you can always catch the ball if you just jump against that wall, that low-hanging wall over there. Learning how to catch the thrown balls is really important because their hitbox is a little finicky. Oftentimes you can end up missing them, even if it looks like you've touched them. Here again, you don't have to push it all the way, but the more pushing is safer in case you mess up like that. Okay, and once you have it, you just need to slide, slide, jump. And this last one requires a little trickery. There's a button over here, but it's not a stand button, it's a push button, so we need to throw balls into it. 2 will do. Unless you mess up. That should still be enough. Yep, slide all the way under, stand on that, and take a jump shot. And then this next part's a little tricky. In order to get out, you have to wait for it to come all the way up and then sort of jump and slide on it so you don't press the button, because if you do that, then the block next to it will come down too low and you won't be able to get past. So that's the puzzle section done. Up next is the blocker blob, I guess. There's going to be a blob monster with tentacles that rise up to block your shots. There's a few ways to get quick shots, and some that might not be intended. If you just go immediately, you'll be able to get one. After that, you're going to have to time it. So you just need to look for an opportunity where all the tentacles are down. And sometimes they can just really come up to stop you at inopportune times. Occasionally, at predetermined spots, you will shoot the ball 3 times like this. And if you do that, if you see that animation, then you've already made it. For this next section, the ball doesn't come back to you, so you need to run and get it. The monster will try to grab you, but you can just do a slam dunk. For this next one, the monster's already grabbed you, and I don't think you're supposed to be able to do a slam dunk, but you can anyway. And then now that you're at 7 points, it's time for another triple shot. I find these a bit more reliable if you back up first. But sometimes it just sort of doesn't wanna. There we go. That wasn't ideal. For this last one, you're supposed to build up speed and go for a slam dunk. But if you time it just right before he starts pulling you back... No, I didn't get it. Alright, so build up speed and get the slam dunk. If you do it just right, just before he pulls you back, you can get a slam dunk on the first cycle. That's ideal, but the timing's pretty precise. And we have jerk birds. What a jerk. So he flies away, and we need to figure out a way to get the ball back. So Dad Spirit comes and coaches us. For this next section, you want to watch the dialogue. As soon as he says, all you need to do is, you want to start holding jump. Until then, nothing you do matters. This text advances on its own. You always could. All you had to do was hold jump, and then the tutorial message pops up and you can start flying. All you need to do to fly, if you couldn't see that, was to hold X. For this next section, it's a sort of a Flappy Bird auto-scroller. That was a bit too high. Going into the clouds makes you move slower. For this first section, you want to be in kind of the middle of the play zone. After that, you're going to want to be at the low spot at all times. Like from here, I believe you want to be low. This section advances not when you catch up to the bird, but once you've caught up enough that the game decides that you've caught it, it will spawn a hoop that you need to put yourself through. Whenever there's a column of clouds like that, you just want to find the spot where they're the thinnest. Once you're in the hoop, there's nothing you can do. All you have to do is... Oh, whoops. Oh, that was bad. All you have to do is wait. The second section is actually really trivial. This low path here has almost no resistance. Although, because I let go of right at an inopportune time, I lost some time. Falling into the clouds and letting the bird get away. But the thing is, because of the way the hoop spawned, I don't know if I actually lost any time there. It's hard to say. I'd have to do extensive experimenting. This third section is technically the hardest. The way these thunder strikes, these lightning strikes work, is you are only hurt and sent back if you're on top of their outlines right as the lightning strikes. Like that. There's not a whole lot you can do to get around them. Their hitbox at the very tips isn't quite as big as it looks, and so you can sometimes sneak around them, but this almost feels like RNG. It's probably not technically, but like getting it right and not getting knocked back is either super precise or it's random, whether holding fully forward will put you at the wrong spot at the wrong time. So I definitely lost time there. And now this section's done, the rest is actually going to play itself. All the way up to 7 points. The section advances once you get 7 and you touch the ball. The next part's actually really easy once you know how to do it. We're going to be facing a giant tower, and in order to beat it, you have to hit it in its glowing weak spot. but that means there's a basket behind it, and the kid will always try to make a shot to the basket. So for this first section, you want to get pretty close, and then do a quick jump shot. That'll make it reel back, catch the ball, wait for it to jump, slide under, and take the shot. The second one, the spot's actually going to be really high up, and in order to get it, you need to go backwards, because he shoots harder when he's further away. So you shoot from about there, and you hold forward to start running towards it again. And you slide under it again. If you fail to slide under it, you'll be pushed back and lose a lot of time. For this third one, you just need to get really close and do a tiny shot. Try not to actually bump into him, as when you bump into something, you briefly have no ability to take action. So this leads into a cutscene into the next section, and this is a pretty long cutscene that details most of the plot. It's going to show a little betrayal here. If it's not obvious, though, these really are just kids playing make-believe. So they're acting out good and evil here. They're sort of recreating plots they've seen in a juvenile way. And so I really like the meta-narrative that there is what is actually going on, what you see, the struggle with the blob monsters and Queen Bee, but there's also the writing that goes on of why these kids are telling the story this way. By all rights, this betrayal and later coming back to her senses is going to be really quick. So the first thing you want to do is let her have the ball immediately. You need to let her get like 3 points. It doesn't feel 100% consistent. This next one, just run past her and let her take a shot, but also make sure to show off that you can fly. And from here, you can go quickly by blocking her and goading her to take a shot and catching it. That's really hard. I'm not sure exactly how to do it. Every time she gets another point, she's more likely to take a shot. If you try to get her to take a shot and mess up, that's going to be lost time. So let's see if I can get her to do it this time. Okay. At this point, yeah, she's going to miss it. And you don't want to take the shot. You want to run back and get pushed by her. That's how you start the next section. You getting points actually doesn't help anything. So from here, we're going almost strictly into auto-scrollers. First, we're going to be ascending, and then there's going to be a short basketball game with the monster, and then descending. While ascending and descending, you can be slowed down by getting hit by obstacles. And you also need to watch out for rings as they drop in order to go up faster. So the monster is going to start with a ring, and then the next thing it's going to do is throw a girder. And you can dodge that either by going to the far other edge of the screen, or by going to the middle and not jumping for one cycle. That is going to slow you down though, so even if going to the far side makes you get hit, it's probably better to just do it anyway so that you're advancing as much as possible before that. Because he's going to try to drop on the left here and try to make it back to a safe spot, but if you can't, it's still better to just be flying while dodging the thrown arc and get hit than it is to try to dodge the arc while not flying, while going slowly. So this section ends, I believe, after the next ring. You see, that one was a really close dodge. And you really need to preempt going back and forth because there's a lot of momentum in the flying mechanics. And the girders, when he's doing 2 at a time like this, have really big hitboxes actually, and you need to be paying attention to the ring. That was actually perfect. I didn't get hit at all, and I was flying the whole time. So this next section might make people really dizzy. You're going to be in a circle, and you have to grab the ball from the tentacle and make a slam dunk. If possible, you want to grab the ball with a jump, because if you do, then you immediately go into the slam dunk animation. For the second point, there's going to be a bump on the other side. You need to jump over it or it'll get slowed way down. You should be able to grab the ball just before the third bump. And for this third part, there's going to be a bump, and on the opposite side, basically where you start, you'll have to slide. You won't see it until you get close, but yeah, he'll bring BasketBelle down. And this one's going to take a little bit longer, but you see after a little over 3 rotations, you're able to take the next shot. He goes all wiggles, and we're coming into the last section of the game here where we're falling. For this section, it's just like ascending, if at all possible. Avoid obstacles, but one thing to note is that BasketBelle, her sprite actually doesn't matter at all. She can get hit, she can be completely enveloped by a girder, and it won't hurt you. It only matters if your head gets touched. And also you go right through them when you're given the extra speed from the ring. But you see, I can put her right through the girders. So you want to sort of stay in the middle and dodge to the left first because you have a more forgiving hitbox in that way. And you need to pay attention for when the tentacle starts making a swipe. It will... that kind of trapped me. Oh, man. It will choose left or right based on where you are. I thought at first, because I was always dodging left, that it would always swing left, but that's not the case, as you can see there. And we're coming up on time here. Time is shortly after you get the 11th point, when the main character's dad catches you. There'll be a really abrupt scene transition. One last swipe, I believe, and time is now. 1957. Not a great time. Definitely had mistakes in the puzzle section. This is a playable credits, but you don't actually have to do anything. You can just stand here and the credits will end at the same time anyway, so that's why time stops now. So I could definitely improve by doing the puzzle section better. I made several mistakes there. That's where the big time loss is. I also... oh, excuse me. I also made a few mistakes against the blocking blob, where I shot into its tentacles. Timing better, or finding just better timings to do it, because it's probably on cycles, would help that go faster. Also, getting the last point, the quick kill slam dunk, would improve things a lot. But otherwise, that's the speed run. So that's 13 seconds off second place and about 30 seconds off world record, and I can pretty consistently get sub 20. Even though this was like not a super great run. The tower was really clean, the ascent was really clean, the circle was really clean, the tutorial and first blob were pretty clean. It was the blocking blob and the puzzles which needed work, and unfortunately those are some of the biggest time losses. The bird section never seems to go perfectly, but I suppose the credits don't actually end at the same time. They end, but again goes back to the title screen once the Eiffel Tower is in center view. So you could probably make an argument that you need to play the credits in order to get the game to go back to the title screen as fast as possible. But the current videos, the current records out there, do stop time at the dad catching you. But I am going to go again. That has been my submission for Don't Make Us Bored. And I hope, Sunshine, I hope you like it. But I do want to also just get better at the game and get better times. So let's go again. I'm not going to be talking as much in the subsequent attempts, because I'm definitely just going to be concentrating more on trying to get better. But I will talk here and there. And sometimes just saying what I need to do out loud is helpful for remembering what I need to do and going faster. So yeah, right, left, up, and then get ready to slide. Yeah, and then take a shot. So sometimes the blob monster won't jump when you do a fake. I'm not sure what causes that. I also know that you can get past the blob monster with sliding. You can sort of glitch through him, but I also don't know how you do that, and I've never been able to recreate it. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's really bad. I didn't hold X long enough. You definitely need to make sure you're holding the jump button for long enough that you get a good shot, but it doesn't take that long before you're in a good position. You kind of just have to feel it out. It's good to just hold right during this cutscene so that you start going forward at the first possible frame. Hold right, hold left. As soon as you get the ball, you can turn around and start going back. It kind of looks like it's a cutscene going to pick up the ball, but it's actually not. You do have to hold right there. See if I can grab it. I almost didn't make that shot. Feint. And go. I would probably use splits for this game, but because of the way this game, because of its resolution, it's kind of awkward to put splits. You'd have to put it over the game or have the game window be really small. And I think this setup looks nice with the title and the timer in the top while the game's in the bottom. It actually lines up pretty nicely. It really doesn't line up nicely if I were to try to have like the game with the live splits with splits next to it. That would look pretty terrible. Plus the game is short enough that, I mean, splitting would probably just get in the way of doing better. Sliding for the least amount of time possible while still making it is really important, because sliding's so slow, but if you let go too soon, you get pushed back like that, which is definitely no good. Yeah, I managed to get on the block in time this time. You sort of have to jump forward a little bit while going, and then just get under. That wasn't perfect, but it was better than last time. No. Got the ball. That was perfect. Just about. Hold right to drop down the first platform. Second one breaks, hold left, then hold right again. This one you need to just grab the ball, run to the right, and take a shot. And ideally you take the shot while not on the button so that the block starts going up again. And you can slide under it while there's very little clearance. And doing so at the soonest opportunity saves, you know, that much time. So far, the puzzle section's going a lot better. But I missed that shot against the first blob, which is real dumb. I like to time it where it's just about to pass the kid's head going in. That should give you enough time to get on the platform. That was pretty good. In theory, I guess it's probably possible to catch the ball on the first cycle like that, but I haven't done it yet. Oh yeah, this one I messed up last time. Slide up, slide up, slide. Ah, again, I missed that cycle. Getting that cycle obviously saves, you know, that much time, probably about 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. Just about as the green platform is reaching the leftmost stalactite of the breakable platform, that's about when you can start running. You want to do it maybe just a smidge after. button, platform, duck, jump over, slide, up, bunny hop. Almost made that side. Whoops. You have to be patient and not try to grab the ball too early, or you'll end up missing it. Drop, jump, jump, push. I'm gonna push it fairly safely this time. Grab, slide, slide, jump, dunk. Drop, catch, shoot, shoot, take, slide, button, shoot. Oh no! Oh, I messed that all up. Well, this is definitely not a good run anymore. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just restart. Three, two, one, go. Obviously, for the Don't Make a Sports stream, I just press on and deal with making mistakes. But actually going for doing my best, it's the first half of the game that's really the most challenging. I mean, it's the puzzles. It's the puzzles that are the most challenging. And so I don't have to worry too much about, like, getting practice on the later sections. They kind of play themselves. Yeah, as soon as you slide, you can start mashing X, and you don't have to hold it for the proper amount of time to make that shot. So after you slide, just start mashing X, and you'll advance to the blob section. Don't be too quick to drop your feint. You do need to wait for him to actually jump. I think that's why sometimes he doesn't jump, is I only hold feint for like a split second and then try to run, and so he wouldn't be in the air yet. Here's a basketball. For my daughter, I give the gift of knowledge. For you, I get the gift of slam. I'm probably holding it a little bit too long there, but I'm a bit gun shy after missing a shot. Jump. 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 There we go. Got that one without stopping this time. Jump. Jump. Big jump. Big slide. Hold right. Hold left. Yeah, that was about perfect. Let's see if I can grab it. Nope. You know, it's probably just best to wait until he shoots. Just, like, stand and wait for him to shoot. Grabbing it might be too big of a risk for not enough reward. It is fastest to grab the ball out of the air. jump, slide, button, slide, jump, jump. Ball is life. I'm not touching anything here. He just keeps making that animation while the door is opening. There's no way to actually get in it faster. Ignore the ball. Button, jump, jump. Button, down, ball, shot. And land on the button while doing so. That's good. Jump over this button, slide under, and go. That's good. Hang right, hang left, land on the button, go under, jump, 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 jump left, jump, jump, jump. Almost get the ball. Slam dunk. Hold right. Hang left as this breaks, go right. Grab the ball, just run across. Take the shot while not on the button, and then wait for the block to rise back up. Go under it when there's a millimeter of clearance, because this man is a jelly. Jump, jump, push. Wait until it's just about at its head. Go. That was a bit longer. Duck. Don't push this button. That was better. I got it on the first cycle, but then the game sort of ate my jump, it looks like. Get on the broken platform and go. There's no way to pre-break the platform, because whenever you jump off, it'll repair itself. Slide, slide, slide. There we go. Got it on the first cycle that time. That saves a good amount of time. Wait until you're just about at the lip of it. Go across. And wait until you're just after at the stalactite. Right there. And slam dunk. Go in. This next one, get on the button. Get on the platform, duck. Jump over, slide under, up, and bunny hop. And then miss the cycle. Again, I got too impatient. Oh, whoops. Yeah, you have to let that break and not let your instincts to stop a breaking platform from breaking get the better of you. Slide, slide, jump. And it's time for the big time loss. Oh, whoops. Under, step on the button, step back, take the shot. Alright, that, aside from the fact that my first shot at the button just hit the thing, it's pretty good. It was definitely better than last time. And definitely better than the one I just quit, and also better than the first run. Now it's time for the lob. As soon as it starts, take a shot. And the second one... That was good. Just holding the shot in the air for a long time. Yeah. If the blob is off screen when you do the triple shot, it feels like you make it more often, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. This one, run forward, take the ball, and get a slam dunk. second one, get a slam dunk even though I don't think you're supposed to. This third one, wait until the 3 front tentacles are down, and then shoot. Don't worry about the back ones. And let's see if I can get these quick kill here. Nope, not quite. Oh, really not quite. It's a really specific timing. So that was less than ideal. It was about, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds lost. I can't believe this bird has just done this to me. Wave dashing. Then hold right during this whole section. I'm gonna start by going up pretty high. A little too high there. This isn't quite like Flappy Bird where you go up as long as you're holding and down when you're not. Pressing the button makes you jump, and letting go makes you fall, but the jumps are a set height. It's just holding the button makes you jump an additional time at the first possible opportunity. This next one, just follow him all low, and you'll be fine. Apologize for the bit rate as the snow effect and the rain effect combine. I mean, it doesn't even look good on the game screen, much less being streamed. This time the cycles are lining up much more nicely. It seems like if you just do everything as fast as possible at first, then the lightning works better. Kind of going into the clouds there, I think, saved me from a hit. So that's a potential strategy. Yeah, that felt like it went pretty well. Current record actually fails to get the slide under the tower on one of its cycles. Like I almost just did there. Oh. See, the timing to getting that with a running shot is actually pretty hard. Wait too long and you'll bump into him and be stunned for a moment. Don't wait long enough and your shot will be too high. So that wasn't perfect, but it wasn't too big of a loss. I really need to work out, I think after this run, I'm going to work out how the Queen Bee fight in quotation marks works. It's just a shame that even if you start, this game does have chapter select, but even if you start, the chapter starts here at this cutscene, so you've got a long time to wait before you actually start. I'm pretty confident about letting her take the ball immediately. Then maybe I should let her get 3 dunks, because then I'm going to let her get 3 dunks for free and not stop her. So there's one. Walk faster. Jump to show her I can fly. I don't know if that's required, but since there is a text box, it might be, the way this game is scripted. Better get another one. And now I'm going to try to intercept. Because there is a text box here and a music change, which makes me think that's required. Messed it up again. I have caught the ball from her before. I know it's possible. So wait until she shoots. Should miss. Then you grab it, run back, get pushed by her. The world record run also doesn't seem to entirely know how this works. I think they take a shot even and get a point, which is definitely not necessary. Splitting here would be really helpful since you can't speed this up by much. So it'd be nice to know if I was, you know, on pace once I got to this section. But again, it just doesn't look good on the stream with the way this game's resolution is. I'd have to like make it really small to put, excuse me, to put the live split on. It is good to hit the ring as soon as possible. It kind of looks like you have to wait till you hit the bottom of the screen to launch up. It's actually not the case. I did try that by hitting the loop at the bottom of the screen once, and the charge is the same amount of time. So you just want to hit the ring as soon as possible. Yeah, dodging both of those is hard. It's really narrow. I do believe the record run also gets hit at least once. The screen tearing that's going on is pretty choice. Be holding right before the cutscene ends to start running at the first possible frame. I waited just a smidge long to start the dunk there. It also seems like you lose less speed if you do a full jump counterintuitively. Yeah, it wasn't quite ideal. I think I did like a quarter or maybe half rotation more than needed. So it's a little over a minute and a half until record. But I think this will take second place. You can get hit if you can get slowed down, that is, if you get hit by a girder just as you're coming out of the fast speed, so do watch out for that. Yep, she got 100% hit by the tentacle, doesn't matter. Actually, this might be record. Oh, yeah, that was close. Okay. That's record. That's world record. I'm gonna go back and check it. But the record's like 1924. I mean, I know it's not that optimized. They made mistakes, sure, but did I just smash a world record? Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream here because I need to check if I just got a world record. All right. See you guys next time.